lovely people, it's Nicole, and look what just came in the mail. It's so beautiful and I love it so much, and I haven't even started it, but I thought that I would vlog my reading process and do a sort of in-process review for Leah on the Offbeat. I am very excited. I absolutely adore Becky Albertalli's other books, so I thought why not just review as I go. So this is going to be kind of an informal thing. Okay, I'm only like 6 pages in, but I already want to say that first of all, I'm really glad we're getting more Cal, because Cal's adorable and wonderful and he makes me happy. And also, for someone who is not a teenager, Becky Albertalli is probably the best I've read at knowing and using teenage slang appropriately. Okay, I'm at page 46 now, and first of all, oh my gosh, all the Bram and Simon is so cute! Oh my god, it's so good. I love it. I love it every time I squeak. I haven't read a book where I'm like immediately emotionally invested in the characters in a while. And like I know part of that is because obviously I've read and love Simon. So like I already had the emotional connection, but also I just like Becky Albertalli is such a great writer, and like she's so clever and funny. I can't help but smile every time she, like every single page, she writes something that makes me smile. And Leah is adorably, I don't know if she's like unaware that Garrett's super into her, but like Garrett's definitely super into her. Simon memorizing the Hamilton soundtrack is not going to save you on the AP Euro exam is my favorite line I've ever read, and I just had to pop in to say that really quick. I'm like trying to figure out who Abby's love interest is, because like I know that she has a female love interest. Before it came out, people were talking about like maybe there being a thing with Abby, but then also people were reassuring other people that there wasn't any drama with her getting in the way of like Abby and Nick's relationship or any like cheating or anything. There was just a line about Taylor staring directly into her face, or sorry, gazing directly into her face for 45 minutes. And so now I'm thinking like, could it be Taylor? I don't know, but like I want to know, and I'm so excited every single time they mention anyone female interacting with Leah. I'm gonna be like, oh, it's them. Alice just told Leah she likes her boots, and I'm not 100% sure, but did Becky just include a reference to her own movie in her book? Okay, so excuse the location. I'm sitting outside of my therapist's office waiting for my Uber, but I've been continually reading. I'm about 100 pages in now. First thing, why are non-castmates being invited to the cast party? Question mark. Second of all, I'm like pretty damn sure that Abby's the love interest now, which is really exciting, and I totally ship it. And I'm glad that her and Nick's problems have no relation whatsoever to Leah, because that was definitely something that I know I and a lot of other people were worried about, and I'm just really liking where it's going so far, and I'm really excited. I just love it so much. I just love everything about Becky, and I like that Leah, it's not that she's like not likable, she's just kind of a different main character. She's a little bit more abrasive in a way that I find really refreshing. Oh, hey guys. Okay, don't mind me, just walking home from school. But I managed to finagle it so that I can technically say that I'm reading Leah for class. My final project for one of my classes is to make a zine, and it can be on any topic as long as you can make an argument that it's some kind of resistance movement. And so I'm writing on queer YA and reviewing Leah for a page in my zine. So technically this is for school, so ha. Okay, I'm on page like 130. Leah just went dress shopping, and like her whole thing about it's not perfect, or it's not like going the way I want it to, or I'm not good enough for it, and so just like fuck it, burn it all to the ground is so painfully relatable, and I hate it, but I also love it. And Becky, you're messing with my brain. But also A+ commentary on the whole bi struggle. It like seems like a weird thing to get upset about, but guys not taking girls seriously as romantic threats, and then girls like joking around flirting, and you're like, no, don't do that. Like if you're seriously flirting with me, seriously flirt with me, and don't just cute funny like haha gal pals flirt, because I need to be able to tell if you're actually queer and you're actually interested. It's a struggle. It's such a struggle. So I'm at page like 150, 160-ish, and first of all, Becky's dropped a couple like casual mentions of Upside characters, and I love it, and it makes me happy every single time. And second of all, Becky just name dropped Reese King as being a beautiful human being. I don't know if I've ever met someone who isn't within like 5 years of my age who knows who Reese King is. I mean, I mentioned this earlier with like slang, but Becky is so incredibly in tune to being hip with the kids, and I hate how I phrased that. But like, you know what I mean. Like, she's really good at knowing what teenagers are into, knowing what they're saying, knowing who they're obsessing over. It's seriously impressive, and I've never read anyone else who's so good at it. Okay, I'm on page 157. Just a quick thing. Leah just mentioned how like it was really reassuring to hear this person that she just met refer to their friend using they them pronouns, and like, yes, she mentions like it's not even her pronouns, but it feels like it's the little things that people do to like let you know that they're a safe person to be around and that they're not going to like judge you or harass you or whatever. It's so reassuring and it's so comforting, and like it's the little things that you wouldn't even think about. Okay, this is another thing that's just like super minor, but Leah's mom just mentioned dental dams, and I think that's the first time I've ever heard dental dams mentioned in a YA book, and like, hell yes, for good like sex education. I mean, there's no explanation for what they are on the page, but like people can see them in association, like they're said like in the same context as like using condoms, and so people can see that and go research them and learn, and like, yay! Oh my god, so I'm on page 220, and Simon and Leah are talking about colleges, and Simon's like, this college has like so many gay people. I could literally go there and only be friends with gay people. That is my entire college experience. That is 100% a valid reason to pick a college. Okay, I'm on page 234 and almost had a heart attack when they said that someone was standing behind them watching them kiss. I literally said to myself, this better be like Simon or Bram or everything's fucked. But like, it's Simon and Bram, so now they can have the conversation and like they can be cute together and they can go on double dates, and like, I just finished it, and like, okay, it ended with an email, and like, that's the cutest way to end it, because like, it's bringing it full circle. It's Simon, and I just like have so many emotions, and like, Abby and Leah are the cutest together, and I absolutely love it. I have so many emotions, and mainly all of them right now are just squee adorable. I love it. I just love Becky Albertalli's writing so much. I think one of the great things about her is that she's not necessarily the most likable person all the time. I mean, we saw this in Simon, but Leah can be kind of abrasive, and she can be stubborn and frustrating, but you still love her. I mean, you feel like you're friends with her, and like you're friends with her for a reason, because she's underneath all the stubborn and the resting bitch face. She's great, and she's like super sweet and talented and wonderful. It was fun to have a little bit of a difference from Upside and Simon, because like Simon and Molly, I feel like, are both really likable protagonists, whereas Leah is, like I said, she's more abrasive and she's a bit harder to swallow at times. But I think addressing that sort of like internal struggle gave us a little bit of a different perspective, because I mean, obviously there's some parallels to Simon and Molly with the coming out thing and her whole thing about she had her first kiss in this and things like that, but it wasn't the same story. This wasn't just Simon and Upside regurgitated. It was Leah's story, and a lot of Leah's obstacles were her own stubbornness, her own self-doubt. And that's something that we haven't seen before from Becky, and I really enjoyed reading that. I also really appreciated, I know a lot of people, when they heard that Leah had a thing for Abby, they were concerned that this would fall into the bi stereotypes of bi people being like homewreckers or ruining relationships or cheating, but I'm really glad to see that it didn't. That yes, Abby was the love interest, but Abby and Nick broke up for their own reasons, completely unrelated to Leah. And I really appreciated that. Like, I know it's one of those things that I shouldn't have to be appreciative of it, but I am. And I loved this. I loved the whole thing. I don't think there was a single part that I wasn't just aggressively smiling at. And I love Becky Albertalli, and I'm so excited to read What If It's Us, her book that she's writing with Adam Silvera that's coming out this fall. So I'd love to hear what you guys' thoughts are on Leah, because like clearly I loved it, but I want to chat with people about it. So let me know what your thoughts are in the comments. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later.